my first son was 4 months old, I got pregnant with my twins. At the time, my strategy, my plan was scripture. Ask, believing that you receive before you've received it. And I just totally got obsessed with it. I believed it. I prayed about it. I asked friends to pray with me. I was telling everyone, I'm pregnant with twins. I'm pregnant with twins. And everyone was saying, have you had your first scan yet? And I was like, no. And they was like, how do you know it's twins? I'm like, I know. I'm having twins. It's happening. Everybody thought I was crazy. Everyone, even my husband. So at the time when I was pregnant, I was in Trinidad and I was planning to be in Trinidad for the next 6 months. So I wasn't going to see a midwife or a doctor until I got back to the UK. But when I was 4 months pregnant with the twins, I thought that something was wrong because I started to experience a lot of pain underneath my belly and my belly just grew overnight. So I went to a hospital and I paid, and when the sonographer put the scanner thing on my belly and confirmed, okay, you're having twins, oh my gosh, I felt like God walked in the room and kissed me on my forehead. I don't know how I got home from that meeting because I was on my own. I must have floated home. I wouldn't have even noticed. I was just so happy to have it confirmed. No more looks like, oh my God, she's crazy. Here comes that crazy one. You know, I was really pleased. I was really over the moon. You know, all my obsessing about twins had paid off and I was just ecstatic. Okay, so at the time, my strategy was prayer, scripture, and obsession. But now I realise I had a lot more working in my favour than that. I found out that women over 30, you know, a woman has a certain amount of eggs to release in her lifetime or in her womb's lifetime. And it's common that women over 30 start releasing more than one egg at once, at one cycle to get rid of, you know, to get through the eggs. So that was a factor that worked for me, and it was hereditary because my great-great-grandmother, not my mum, not my mum's mum, but my grandmother's mum had twins, fraternal twins, what I had, unidentical twins, but she didn't know, well back then they didn't, you know, couldn't do scans, she didn't know that she was having twins, so it was hereditary, that this was going to happen, and I also should have known that when I was giving birth, there would have been a huge gap between twin 1 and twin 2 because with my great-great-grandmother, she didn't know she was having twins. She gave birth to the first twin and went into a coma, and it was several hours before the second twin was born because I didn't even know that there was another one coming. So when I gave birth, twin A came out naturally, no drugs, no gas in it, and twin 2 came out 59 minutes later via emergency C-section. Also, what you believe about your body reigns true. So if you believe that your grandmother died of cancer and her grandmother died of cancer, so I'm going to die of cancer, if you believe that, your body will create cancer and you will die of that. So what you believe about yourself is highly important. Now, I'm very small in stature and a lot of people look at me and say, you can't have twins, you're not big enough, there's not enough of you. I always believed from a young age that I could have triplets, I could have quads, I can have as many babies as I wanted to because my body can cope. So what you believe about yourself will always reign true. So if you believe that you can't get pregnant or that you can't have twins or you can't sustain more than 2 life forms at one point, it'll be very difficult. So that's what worked for me. It may work for you. I think the most important advice I could give you is believe in yourself. You are incredibly strong and you are more than capable of having multiples. I won't just say twins. You're more than capable of having multiples, and once you firmly believe that, it will happen for you. So that's my lot. I've got 1, then twins, then 1. So on my next round, I'm going in for triplets. I'm hoping it's girls because my 4 are all boys. So yeah, look out for that. I'm gonna be having triplets when I come off my break.